Let's start with the significant court ruling that caused an upheaval. The UK Supreme Court decided to reject Prince Harry's appeal regarding his state police protection. Harry had requested state-sponsored security for his visits to the UK, claiming that the lack of adequate protection posed a serious threat to his and his family's safety. However, the court ruled that the British government's decision was entirely legal, as Harry no longer carries out royal duties and primarily resides in the US. Therefore, the government's decision to remove his protection remains in effect. This loss was not only legal but also personal for Harry, who expressed his deep disappointment, saying that the lack of security puts his family at risk. He even accused the government of using this decision to pressure him and force him to return to the UK, a country he no longer considers safe for himself and his children. After the failure of his legal battle, Prince Harry decided to speak openly about his frustration and isolation in an interview with the BBC. In it, he shared his deeply personal feelings and his ongoing estrangement from his family, accusing the royal family of hypocrisy and indifference. He deeply conveyed his frustration over the absence of support from those around him, describing it as illogical to witness his family distancing themselves and turning their backs on him while he was fighting for the safety of himself and his loved ones. He stated, "I always felt like I was on the periphery. I never truly felt like I belonged. When I made the decision to step away, I knew it would bring me into conflict with the family, but I never imagined it would end up like this." Harry also spoke about his personal life and how the pressures from his family and public life led him into extreme isolation. He mentioned the difficult times he experienced, especially after the birth of his children, saying that he felt that, at the same time as my isolation, I had to make decisions about the safety of my children, and that was something I couldn't handle on my own. He even made a statement about his personal relationship with his father, King Charles, saying, "My father is no longer the man I knew. When I needed his support, he chose to keep his distance. There were times when I truly hoped to find understanding and support, but things didn't evolve as I had hoped." He also referred to his brother, Prince William, revealing that their relationship is now frozen, and that the two of them no longer communicate as they used to. Our sibling relationship is a real disappointment. There is no mutual support. William and I don't speak anymore. There's a lot of pain on my side, because there was always the expectation that we would be there for each other, but it hasn't been like that. He also expressed his concerns regarding the British government's decision to remove his state protection, explaining, "I don't understand why the government decided to take this step. The loss of my security goes beyond a personal issue. It directly affects the safety of my family. It's not just about me. It's about protecting my children and Meghan." Harry then drew attention to the ongoing threats his family faces, stressing the seriousness of the situation. Security should never be viewed as a privilege. It's a basic human right to live without fear. This issue isn't just about Meghan and me. It's about the protection of our children, and that right has been denied to us. Later, Harry made a strong statement about his family's future in the UK, saying that it is impossible for him to bring Meghan and their children back to Britain after the failure of his legal appeal over their safety. He went on to elaborate, "Right now, I just can't see how it's possible to bring my wife and children back to the UK, considering the serious risks they might encounter. I love my country, and I've always felt that way, despite the actions of certain people here. I miss the UK. I miss parts of it. Of course, I do. It's truly painful to think that I won't be able to show my children the place I call home." This interview brought to the surface Harry's most personal feelings, while also highlighting the royal family's inability to handle its contradictions, especially when it comes to someone who no longer wants to belong to the royal structure, but still has a personal need for communication and support from his family. Despite often criticizing the royal family based on his own experiences, Harry has shared his wish for healing and the restoration of family connections. "Even though all of this has happened, I want to find a solution and reconcile with my family. The love is always there, and what I want is for us to take a step forward and overcome what has happened," he said with deep emotion. We wonder if he feels responsible for something and how that might affect the possibility of true reconciliation. What's your opinion on this? Following Prince Harry's interview on the BBC, the royal family issued an official statement. In the announcement, it was clarified that there would be no public comment on Harry's accusations. The palace consciously chose a stance of detachment, avoiding direct confrontation and remaining true to its long-standing principle: never complain, never explain. This statement was not just a refusal to respond. It was a clear message that the institution of the monarchy places itself above personal disputes and chooses to respond with dignity and silence. The announcement, although seemingly neutral, revealed the palace's intention not to let Harry's revelations and accusations overshadow the work and duties of the family, especially at a critical time for King Charles and the Princess of Wales, who are facing serious health issues. According to royal affairs analysts, this stance might appear cold, but in reality, it serves as a shield to protect the institution and avoid further polarization. Prince Harry's interview triggered a storm of reactions online, especially on Twitter, where users didn't hold back. Many expressed their anger at Harry's hypocrisy, accusing him of playing the victim while, in reality, he is the one who has caused rifts and pain in the royal family. Twitter users strongly criticized the way he spoke about his father, King Charles, and for the insinuations regarding his health. Some called him disconnected from reality, obsessive, and self-centered, saying that his battle for security had turned into a personal crusade without measure. Others pointed out Harry's poor memory, claiming he didn't remember events and situations correctly, casting doubt on the truth of his claims. Many questioned how he could complain about his family's stance when he was the one who publicly made accusations and revealed personal moments of the royal family. As a result, several Twitter users accused him of failing to take responsibility for his actions and suggested that his own deeds sparked the conflict. At the same time, there were also voices on Twitter praising him for the courage to speak openly and name names of people who, according to him, want to repeat the tragedy of his mother. What is certain is that the debate around Harry has divided the public, with the gap between his supporters and detractors growing steadily. During his interview and with his public revelations, Prince Harry continues to evoke intense reactions and create a divide in public opinion. While some see him as a victim of a system that isolated him, others accuse him of irresponsibility and of exposing the royal family to criticism. An interesting aspect of the issue is that Harry, despite his aversion to the media, uses it whenever he deems necessary to promote his personal interests or express his views. His journey, since deciding to step away from royal duties, continues to be full of challenges and contradictions. However, whether one supports him or criticizes him, the truth remains that Harry's story and the consequences of his decision for his life and his family mark a turning point in the history of the British monarchy. His future is unclear, and the contradictions surrounding him will likely fuel debates for a long time to come. What is your opinion on all of this? We look forward to hearing your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more royal updates. I'm Victoria and thank you for watching. Until next time, stay royal, stay informed.